Hi, Mel here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day so far. I want to talk about cultivating the opposite and how this process can help us find balance again and can be really helpful in healing. So I'd like to start with telling you this story that I read. It was an interview with this Japanese tattoo artist. I read it in a tattoo magazine many years ago whilst waiting for my own tattoo session. There's always tattoo magazines lying around. And this man, he's well known, can't remember his name. He tattoos in a traditional Japanese style. And he would take time to get to know his clients, get to see a bit of their personality, a bit of their temperament. And what he would do was that he would tattoo images to balance out their nature. So for example, if one of his clients was quite feminine, maybe was very soft, very softly spoken, what he would do would be tattooing the traditional demons, for example, and like stronger, more powerful images. And for the men that he was tattooing, who he saw was very, very strong-minded, full of fire, maybe a bit too aggressive, he would tattoo images that were a lot softer, such as flowers, for example, and pieces of nature. His reasoning was that he liked to, through the tattooing, bring about a balance so that all aspects of the personality are being shown. So whether it's more the softer or the harder, the more masculine, the feminine, the lighter, the darker, however you want to see it or call it, he saw the importance of balance in one's character. So this leads on nicely about what I want to talk about, the importance of cultivating the opposite to seek balance. I'm a big fan of seeking balance. Our bodies, ourselves, we're trying to maintain a homeostasis, and as such, we do often need a balance of things, whether it's seeking a balance of spending time with others and alone time, work and rest. We always need to seek balance in whatever we're doing. We need to come back to the middle to maintain homeostasis for optimal health. This also applies to cultivating and developing aspects of ourselves that perhaps are lying a bit dormant. How do I know about what I need to work on? What do I need to cultivate the opposite of to seek balance? Well, if you want to know, have a think about the people you project on. What we project onto others is a bit of a hint of something that we haven't come to terms with ourselves, and that would be a good start. So for example, think about people you both put on pedestals and people who really annoy you, like really get under your skin. Aside from family members always get under our skin, that's a given, but like people that you don't know very well. Maybe it's people you see online. Think, what is it about them that really, really irritates me? Because we don't know them, this is when often we're projecting onto people, especially celebrities. Why does this person wind me up? What is it about them? There is insight, there is gold to be found when we can humbly and honestly look at this and think, okay, maybe this is something that I need to address within myself. And it also applies to people that we put on pedestals. We often put our inner gold onto others when we have been told in the past that we're not allowed to shine, basically. So for all of you out there who would consider yourself as a people pleaser, and maybe you have low levels of confidence and low levels of self-esteem, you're feeling very self-conscious. Maybe this relates back into the past because became this way. You had to adapt to become this way to feel safe. Now you're not in this situation anymore. The past isn't happening again. You're not you when you were a child. The environment was dangerous then. You had to become this way to adapt, to wear this adaptive self as an armor to keep yourself safe. And now you're not in that environment anymore. You're an adult. You can make choices to make yourself feel safe again. Choices in who you spend time with, who you give your time and energy to, who you live with. And even though we're in a new location or in a new environment, the past is still with us. We still are very self-conscious, very anxious, have social anxiety, low levels of confidence. It doesn't magically just change now that we've become an adult. They still follow us until we choose to do something about it. Cultivating the opposite in situations like this actually involves developing healthy narcissism. So I'm basing this on what Freud and Jung have said, with narcissism on a whole being on a spectrum, and at either end is unhealthy narcissism, whether that's overinflated sense of self-worth versus a very under-deflated sense of self-worth. Both ends are unhealthy. It is not admirable to be on one end, and we often find people who have very low levels of self-esteem, very low levels of confidence, always berating themselves, putting themselves down. When I challenge them and say, what would it be like to become more narcissistic? They are often horrified because there's someone in the past who was a malignant narcissist and they don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that person I hate. Don't want to be anything like that. And as such, it's a story that we tell ourselves. Don't want to be like that, therefore I'm going to stay like this. This is better. However, in this world, especially in the business world, we do need to have higher levels of self-esteem. We do need to have confidence to put ourselves out there. We need to move from the spectrum, from unhealthy narcissism into the middle, healthy narcissism. We need to do this, and cultivating the opposite in these situations is to cultivate more self-esteem, more confidence. And even if I have that inner voice telling me that I'm not good enough, I shouldn't be doing this, other people are much better at this, what is the point? It is a practice to put that to one side and still push yourself anyway. Cultivating the ability to step into our own light, cultivating our own self-belief, the ability to believe in ourselves when no one else can. I've said this in a previous video, the greatest magic of all is self-belief. The ability to believe in yourself when you think no one else can, when you think people are going to judge you, laugh at you, point the finger, shame you, criticize you because it's happened in the past. And you know what? It might happen because you can't control what people say or do. You can only control your reaction, your response. To put yourself out there and practice. Practice being more confident. Practice being the person that you idolize others. When you see someone who is embodying the traits that you wish that you had, whether that's someone who is putting themselves out there online and they seem so successful, so confident, you can do that too. It's all within you. There is nothing that lies outside of you. All of us have everything and the potential for everything within us. There is nothing that exists outside of you. Everything is within. You are everything. It's your choice what you wish to cultivate and develop. And it's your will, it's your focus, it's your intention every day that is going to help you cultivate this. The more that you focus on this, the greater the hunger is to become this. You will get there. So practice stepping into your light, giving yourself permission to do this. Even if you feel ashamed, scared, terrified to do this, it does get easier the more you do it, because you start to realize that the worst doesn't happen when you do this. You know, it's like putting your toe in cold water, and it's like the more you keep doing it, you get used to it more and more, and then you can submerge yourself a bit more and more, and then it's a lot easier than when you started. You get acclimatized to it. And it's such with cultivating anything that we find scary. It's going to cause a bit of resistance. It's going to create a bit of resistance. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but ultimately it's going to be really rewarding, and you will change as a result. And you'll wonder why you didn't do this in the first place. And when people ask you, how did you become this? You've become more confident now. I wish I could be as confident as you. And you just say all it was practice. Practicing self-belief and pushing myself every day to cultivate this. So those are just my thoughts of the day, just a bit of a morning inspiration. I hope it helped, and let me know your thoughts below. All right, I'm going to leave it there today. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.